Let's write this game. Okay. So first thing we want to do is import random, and that will allow us to use the random choice function to select from our list. Now, we have the first one is going to be user guess. So I'm going to define user guess, and user guess doesn't require any parameters, right? It's just going to initiate them guessing. So I'm going to say string guess equals input, choose rock, and I'm going to do it like this: paper or scissors. Now, why do you suppose I would do it that way? For their answers, right? I'm trying to give them a hint about what I would like them to give me as far as answer goes. Now, I'm not going to rely on that. I'm going to clean up their answer here. So I'm going to say if strGuess equals, and before I do that, I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to change it to lowercase. Okay, so whatever they type, I'm going to change it to lowercase. And now I know that it's probably either going to be lowercase r or lowercase the word rock. So if it is lowercase r or strGuess equals rock, and you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to strip it. There we go. Now we've got fewer ways that they can get it wrong. But there is now, I've got a pretty good chance, right, of getting a usable response from them. I've changed it to lowercase, I've stripped the spaces off, and I'm checking for either R or rock. Nothing else really makes sense. I'm gonna hit pass for now on these because I'm gonna build out my structure. Elif strGuess equals rock, paper. All right, strGuess equals paper. Okay. Now I'm feeling lazy, so I'm going to copy and paste and just change things. Change it to S or scissors. Okay, so those are all the possible choices that I'm willing to accept. And it could be uppercase or lowercase because it changes it to lower and strips it. So it's S or scissors, P or paper, R or rock. That's all good. And I'm going to say else print that's not good input. Try again. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to force the user to keep guessing until they give me something usable. How do I do that? I'm going to trap them in a while true loop until they give me something good. So I'm going to say inside that function, while true, okay, while true, and all of this gets indented. And in here, I'm going to put the value that this is going to return. So this is going to force the user to give me good input, and then it's going to return a value depending on what they type. And I'm going to use that for the other part of this. So watch. I'm just going to say right here, return And I'm going to return R for that. I'm going to return P. And I'm going to return S. I'm going to add a little line break there at the end. But watch what happens now. Now I've got a independent, fully usable user guess function. So watch what happens. User guess. So I run this. Choose rock, paper, or scissors. Spider. That's not a good input. Try again. Bill. Okay, so finally I'll say rock. Okay, so it just exits. But you can see it's going to keep asking me until I do whatever. And if I go in here and I put that in a print so I can print what it returns, okay, you can see that it returns R, P, or S, depending on what I chose. So there is my first function, user guess.